Oh, the show. Noah's Ark, as told by the jewelers Van Cleef and Arpels. Oh, the show, the precious object. Conception and design, Robert Wilson. Hot sun, Place Vendôme. 1710. Tanned dames. We stand between lines, surrounded by men in black suits, dark glasses, short hair, and plastic cords spiraling down their stiff, thick necks. But they are kindly when an old woman wants to sit on her fold-out stool in the shade of the arched entry to the Hôtel d'Evreux. And they're funny when they turn away two women who want to skip the queue by showing a card. Descartes. Sculpted stone heads in bas-relief, placed at regular intervals. All around the square, men's heads. That old bearded one, severe, virile. That young one with full cheeks and lascivious eyes. Oh, the taverns, the women, the sap, but so well hewn, chiseled. Oh, Schiaparelli, shocking pink. The employee wears a black suit, jacket and skirt, and a ponytail, blonde, down to her waist. She laughs as she greets the delivery man after a massive black guard punches the code into the door and lets him in. The guards allow 19 people to move forward. Now we're in the shade of the entrance to the palace. Oh, plaster replicas of the same two heads, Moses and the prodigal son. Plaster platitudes. Ooh, what have we here? Two women, one of whom is a beautiful, plump Mideastern, in a skirt and high heels, are standing in front of a large glass door that opens onto an intermediary space through which one can see the boutique of a jeweler who is not Van Cleef and Arpels. Immediately, a slim, elegant black appears. He wears a well-cut suit and horn-rimmed glasses. He examines the two women, opens the sliding door, lets them in, closes it behind them, examines them again, opens the second door, and lets them into the boutique. We walk across the magnificent courtyard of the Hôtel d'Evreux. It's all modern here, all redone. Nothing to see, could be anywhere. A lively lady tells us that we will wait here while the previous group visits the exhibit, that we will see clips, not an entire set, tiara, earrings, necklace, bracelet, no, clips, brooches, and that we will have to bend in order to enter the exhibit, in order to become like little children in order to sever ourselves from reality. The animals go 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. From koala to kangaroo, kangaroo, guru. Fused, even when separate. The glow of silver and gold, ebony, lapis lazuli, pearl and diamond. 2 by 2, except for 3 unique pieces. Pegasus, the winged steed. Phoenix, the name of a park in Dublin. James Joyce speaks of it in Ulysses. And the unicorn, the lady in the unicorn. She who empties her jewels into a coffer before the benevolent eye of the fabulous beast, beneath the banner, to my one desire. The jewels glow in their cases, encrusted in a pale gray wall, covered by a grid of points of light. From the wall emanates an equal blue transparency. A miniature ship is suspended 3/4 of the way into the hall. The carpet is visible. The walls are darker at the base, except when there is thunder and lightning, followed by rain, the flood. Then all darkens. Remain only the glistening janitors and a few luminous mineral dreams. I don't know if I should speak to you of these first meditations on the method, as they are so metaphysical and so uncommon that they may not agree to all. However, as you must judge if the fundaments that I have established are sufficiently firm, I am, to some extent, constrained to speak of them. I had, since long, remarked that, in respect to conduct, it is sometimes necessary to follow opinions that one knows to be quite uncertain, even as if they were indubitable. However, as I wished to occupy myself only with the search for truth, I decided to do the opposite and reject as absolutely false all that in which I had the least doubt, in order to see if, after that, there remained something in which my belief was indubitable. And as our senses can deceive us, I decided that there was nothing that was as they would have us believe. Furthermore, as men's reasoning errs, even concerning simple matters of geometry, and they make paralogisms, false reasoning, but in good faith, and judging that I was as subject to error as any other, I decided that all things that had ever entered my mind could no longer be used as a basis of demonstration. And lastly, as the same thoughts we have when we are awake can come to us also when we sleep, without any of them being true, I feigned to resolve that all things that had ever entered my mind were no truer than the illusions of my dreams. However, immediately afterwards, I remarked that though I wanted to think that all was false, it followed inevitably that I, who thought, must be something. And remarking that this truth, I think, therefore I am, was so sure and so firm that even the most extravagant suppositions of the skeptics were not capable of shaking it, I judged that I could accept it as the first principle of the philosophy that I was seeking. cold and damp here, standing in this long line, waiting for the election of the century. Satan versus Wall Street. Doom versus the dollar. This line is long. It stretches 3/4 of the way around Temple Square in the old converted market. It's 8:45 here. It's only 2:45 over there. I'm sure that Wall Street's going to win. Almost all the polls say so. A woman with a badge comes up the line. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. You'll never get in. Go to the town hall of the 3rd district. You'll find what you need. So I do. There is a big screen, but it's outside and the program is French. Christine Ockrent is being interviewed. She looks very tired. I won't last long here, standing in the rain. I go back to Temple Square. I locate a spot in the last stretch of the line, stay on the opposite sidewalk, double back, and attach myself to the outside of the queue. After a while, the couple in front abandon their position. People inside come out of a special door. They smoke and go back in. It begins to drizzle. A couple, 2 students in journalism interview me. Why are you here? I'm French American. This election is very important. I want to live it in real time, and I want to be with other people. Now we're almost there. A big black blocks the door with his arm, lets people in one by one. He looks into my knapsack. Sandwiches. He squeezes the bottom. I have to give up my little bottle of water, but I still have the hot coffee and the can of beer. I'm ready to party. Yasta! I'm inside. The crowd is jazzed and compact. A band is playing. It's La Nuit Américaine. 2 young men are holding hot dogs. Mustard, ketchup, relish. €5. I go directly to the mezzanine. A seat. Now it's 10 o'clock in Paris. It's 4 p.m. in New York. CNN is broadcasting. CNN, that middle-of-the-road airport station. That little man with a trim beard and black-rimmed glasses, I know him. He incarnates Mr. Precision. Wolf, they call him Wolf Blitzer. They're taking up time interviewing 2 panels of people seated behind 2 curved tables. A determined white woman says she doesn't believe in the hidden vote. Satan's supporters certainly were vociferous at their rallies. A Latina blurts out that she won't vote for that devil who called her people rapists and murderers. The others look at her. That is not how one is meant to speak. One is meant to speak with calm objectivity. Oh, already an exit poll. A chubby little man is seated behind a table. 22% want change. 22% are angry. That makes 44% for Satan. And now it's time for time out. Hulk, a business school for a changing world. And this one, it begins with a black and white aerial descending view of Manhattan. A good-looking man with silvering hair is standing in his luxurious skyscraper office. The telephone rings. It's Lebanon. He's a Lebanese businessman. "It's time to come home," says Lebanon. And this one, a young, white, lumpy couple chant the charms of a getaway weekend in Abu Dhabi. The massage parlor, the cocktail bar, the swimming pool, the soaring Mideastern architecture, quality time far away and right at home. Bada-boom, 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 bada-boom. Oh, an exit poll, a prognostic is upcoming. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4. The crowd chants 3, 2, 1. The red panel flashes. The blue is below. But now, the man on the magic screen begins his part. With a touch of his finger, he enlarges and shrinks the image, can tell us from which precincts the results are in, from where the Democrats can still expect votes. He is the thread of light. A second string announcer. Not yet. The votes are still being tabulated in Florida, North Carolina, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The business school recruits. The drums thunder. The red light flashes. What goes on? Who's speaking? I can't hear it. A second string announcer tells us that Wall Street has fallen 600 points. Let it fall. Wall Street doesn't like Satan's economics. Wall Street is not reassured. But still, 2 reporters on location relate the skeptical ambience at his headquarters, the optimistic one at Wall Street. The music thunders, the drums too, the red flashes. But 54% of the people at the exit poll were satisfied with Obama. And another percentage didn't think that Satan was suited for the job. But the red flashes. Now, it's 2 a.m. in Paris. It's 8 p.m. in New York. A state falls into Satan's hands. The crowd gasps, someone moans. But then Clinton wins one. The crowd cheers. For an instant, my head opens, and then it closes it again. I can feel it. The tide is running out. The man on the magic screen, who knows the country at the tip of his fingers, compares precinct by precinct the results in 2004, 2008, 2012, and now this 8th November, 2016. Clinton is not holding as well as Obama did then. And now a pitch for CNN itself. Why, look at all those women reporters, and of many different hues. Granted, they all wear the same clothes and have the same unisex haircuts, but still, the Rust Belt, the firewall. Madam was so sure of it, she hardly went there. How could the polls have been so wrong? Were so many people afraid to say they'd vote for the devil? Out the window, down there on the street, I can see the jazz band packing up. Now everybody's feeling better at Satan's headquarters. But the blues are still hanging in there, waiting for the last votes to be counted in those urban pockets. But now, even the incredible man on the magic screen doesn't see how, even if Florida and North Carolina, Michigan and Wisconsin go blue, how she can fill in the gap. The gap. The crowd screams, but then a series of states fall into Satan's hands. The music thunders, the prognostic, business school recruits, Lebanon calls, the red flashes. Now it's 7:30 a.m. The mezzanine is full of forlorn folk, except for the Asiatic fellow 2 chairs over. He keeps clapping. They're surprised at CNN, but they're already getting used to it. Except for the black man on the panel. This is white lash. Yeah. White, rural, blue-collar men. And the blacks, the Latinos. Dawn is breaking through the large glass windows of the old covered market. I lean against an iron beam. I'd have been way up there in the old days, looking down at the fresh fish. This is it. It's happened. It's the pits. So then, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 feet, onward pigeon, the sun also rises. It's raining outside. So what? Did you not eat good bread, a sliced northern smothered in marinated tuna? Did you not soften your soul with a beer? Did you not find a seat to witness the disaster? Look. A homeless man, a good-looking black with a mustache. He's half reclining in a sleeping bag in a recess of the Monoprix, the one price for all store on Temple Street. He looks at you with haggard eyes. You give him a handful of coins. His hand is warm. That's the path, pigeon, the other, always the other, always the poorest, the most derelict. Baby, when you're walking in the dark night, baby, when you're walking alone, I put my candle in the window. Can't you see it flicker? Can't you see it glow? Oh, 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 baby, when you're crying in the dark night, baby, when you're crying alone, I lend my ear to the north wind. I can hear you sobbing, I can hear you moan, oh, 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 baby, when you're hungry in the dark night, baby, when you're hungry and cold, I put my pumpkin in the cauldron. You can smell it cooking. Watch the fire grow, oh, 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 oh. Ba-dum, be-doo-dum-ba-bum, beep-be-dee-doo-doo-doo-ba-bum, beep-beep-beep-beep-beep-beep-doo. Ba-dum-beep-beep-beep-beep-ba-ba-ba-da-doo-dee-doo. They won't do-do. Be-da-doo-da-bum-ba-bum. Beep-beep-be-dee-doo-dee-da-bum-beep. Da-da-dum-ba-bum-ba-da-ba-ba. Be-da-bum-ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-dum-dee-doo-ba-da-da-da. Da-da-da-dee-dum-ba-dee-da-ba. Da-da-dum-dee-bee-dee-da-ba-ba. Da-da-dum-dee-bee-dee-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-dum-ba-ba-da-ba. L'homme n'est qu'un roseau, le plus faible de la nature, mais c'est un roseau pensant. Man is but a reed, the weakest thing in nature, but he's a thinking reed. No need for the universe to rise in arms to crush him. A drop of water, a vapor suffice. Yet, though the universe destroy him, man is yet greater than his destroyer, for he knows that he dies. And the advantage that the universe has over him, the universe knows nothing. I know not how I came to be, nor what is this world. I am in a terrible ignorance of all things. I know not what is my body, my soul, my senses, nor that part of me that thinks that which I say, that reflects on all things yet knows itself no more than the rest. I am enclosed by the terrifying regions of the universe, and I know not why I have been placed in this corner rather than another of the vast expanse, nor why this brief time given to me to live is at this point rather than another of the eternity that has preceded and will follow. Enclosed by infinities like an atom, like a shadow that lasts but an instant, never to return. That I must die, but what I ignore the most is this inevitable death. I know not whence I come, nor where I go. I know only that on leaving this life, I shall fall either into the void or into the hands of an angry, irritated God. And I know not of which of these two conditions I will forever partake. Such is my condition, full of weakness and doubt. At night, the great bird extracts the intravenous needles and rises from his nest. Guantanamo! La Sierra Maestra. La Moncada. The Bay of Pigs. Insects infest the trees. Some putrefy, others turn to dew. While underground, things scramble and squirm. The war has been won. Let us defend the peace. El Nabeba, the ship sails without a captain. And underwater, what a network. Take Maria Luisa, por ejemplo. She works 10 hours a day sewing clothes in a small shop in Cerro. The cloth is imported in great quantities from Mexico. The women arrive from the country and collect the stock. And so, Maria Luisa has money. Not enough to buy a house or a car, of course, but things, yes, things. It keeps the fish alive, and it keeps them underwater. ¿Qué te importa que te ame si tú no me quieres ya? Un amor que ya ha pasado no se debe recordar. Fui la ilusión de mi vida un día lejano ya. Hoy represento al pasado, no me puedo conformar. Ay, represento al pasado, no me puedo conformar. El comandante jefe, Fidel Ruiz Castro, in order to reduce the greenhouse effect and economize oil, el Presidente of the United States of America has decided to use vegetable carburante. If this measure is implemented, it will cause the death of millions by starvation. Three numbers of the Review Bohemia, dating from January, February, March of 1959, the first 3 months of the glorious and energetic Revolution. I see many cadavers, the victims of Batista, kidnapped, tortured, and thrown into the streets. I see the instruments of torture, The tongs, the locks, the iron shoes to electrocute the face. The leather mask to pop out the eyes, to puncture them with needles. I see the partisan's revenge. A woman in a bed, her face bloated. A police chief being led to a popular tribune. The trial. I see Castro, vigilant, distant. I see full pages, publicity for Pond's vanishing cream, for electric ovens, soap and cigarettes, Lucky Strikes. Oh, those were the days. From rich to poor, everyone was for the revolution. Now, all is silence and flight. Combativo y disciplinado, productivo y eficiente, cada una a la plaza de la revolución. Unidad, unidad, I am you and you are me, we are the revolution. Frankly, I don't know how you manage with so many options. Art needs mental space. I can't be bothered by politics. Beyond this wall, the sea is vast and dark. A void. This land is dry. Bright lights, police, vigilantes, military. The sea is dangerous too. Black waves with white crests. Take me in.